Another week down, another crazy weekend in college football. What's going on, y'all? It's Cooper here, one half of FCSN. And guys, I apologize, I still don't have my voice back all the way. I was actually at the Florida State-Clemson game, and what a game that was. One of the craziest games I've ever been to in person. I was going insane. What a stressful game before they pulled that one out. With that said, though, let's go ahead and jump into these playoff predictions and see who's on the bubble as well. Let's get into it. At the number 4 spot, I've got the Oklahoma Sooners. They played West Virginia, kind of struggled a little bit. The offense was doing it, but it was a closer game. I know West Virginia's a team that shocked some people this season, but Oklahoma, this was a chance for them to make a statement as one of the best teams in the country. I think they proved that they belong in that conversation, but I don't think they're at the top. They're definitely in the playoff. Oklahoma has got a solid hold at number 4 spot, and I have them at that number 4 spot playing the Oregon Ducks. At the number 3 spot, I have the Florida State Seminoles, a team that just won at Clemson. Like I said, that game was insane. I don't know how they did it, but I guess that's what champions do. They fought, they made plays when they need to, and people are hating on them. Like, they barely beat Clemson. Clemson is a ranked team from the Power 5. People don't understand that. So I have Florida State at number 3. They need some more respect. The defense played outstanding, and they're going to get every team's best shot this year. People aren't understanding, like, they should be dominating like they did last year. Not the same team. They're getting everybody's best shot, and then they just did it without Jameis Winston, beating a Clemson team that's ranked in the ACC. I think Florida State, they're not the best team in the country by any means, but they deserve to be in college football talks. I have them at the number 3 spot. At the number 2 spot, I have a team that impressed me and jumped up in these rankings. I have the Alabama Crimson Tide. They look great versus the Florida Gators. Outside of a few fumbles that gave Florida a short field that they were able to capitalize off of, Alabama was solid on offense. They were solid on defense, solid in special teams. Actually, they missed a field goal. Besides that, they were all over the board. They were playing great. This Alabama team is legit, a legitimate contender in that SEC West. Blake Sims is now the man. They're sticking with him. Amari Cooper, man, what a game he had and what a season he is having. Definitely needs to be in Heisman slots for sure. I'll have that video out later in the week. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, Alabama definitely an SEC contender, and I have them at the number 2 spot. At the number 1 spot, as I said, it is the Oregon Ducks. They had a tough game versus Washington State, but Mariota threw 5 TDs, I believe. And, you know, every team's going to have their hard game. We've seen that with Florida State. We've seen that with Alabama. We saw it with Oklahoma this week. Every team's going to struggle. When you're at the top, you get everyone's best game, and that's what you have to expect. So I'm not going to hate on these teams for playing close games because a win is a win. Oregon got that win. That's all that matters. Mariota played great, and Oregon right now is playing better than anybody in college football. You can argue that Alabama's starting to make that push for it, and they definitely are. But as of right now, I have Oregon Ducks at number 1. Now I'm going into the matchups. I have Oregon beating Oklahoma. There's a battle of offense. Trevor Knight, Marcus Mariota. I think Oregon wins this game, and then I have them move on to the national championship. Then we've got Alabama and Florida State. I think Florida State has the DBs to compete with Alabama and get down on Amari Cooper. Then the defensive line was impressive versus Clemson, stopping the run, especially on that 4th and inches in overtime. Eddie Gomez stepped up big. Lawrence Stemple's been playing good as well. Mario Edwards had concussion, but he should be back soon. He's been playing well as well. I think Florida State's defense keeps him in the game, and then Jameis Winston and that high-powered offense gets them past the Alabama Crimson Tide. And then I'm not going to break down the championship. I'll leave that to you guys down in that comment section below. Who you think will win the national championship if it happened to be Oregon versus Florida State. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the bubble teams. Alright, now it's time to break down these teams on the bubble. At the first spot, I have got Texas A&M. I know they haven't really been tested outside of South Carolina, but Kenny Hill has been legit. The defense looks far improved from last season. This offense has got some serious firepower, and I consider them legit contenders in that SEC West, regardless of who they play so far. But this is a team we'll find out a lot more about them in the coming weeks once they get in the heat of that SEC schedule. Next up, we've got Auburn, and this almost ties into the theme of the video. A win is a win, guys. Florida State struggled. Alabama struggled early on, but they got the win. Oregon didn't win how they thought they would. Oklahoma got a test from West Virginia, but guys, a win is a win. Like I said, Auburn went on the road, beat a ranked opponent in Kansas State who missed plenty of opportunities, similar to that Clemson game with Florida State almost, but they got that road win, and I have them just outside on this bubble. Next up, we got Baylor, the next best team in the Big 12, in my opinion. Bryce Petty, I wouldn't say he's a Heisman contender at this point in time, but he is a legitimate quarterback. Definitely a pro prospect, and they've got that great offense with Art Briles. Baylor's a team to look out for. It might give Oklahoma a run for their money. And then we got the Notre Dame Fire Irish behind Everett Golson, who is back for the season. They've got some big-time games coming up, including a away game, up against Florida State in Tallahassee. That should be a crazy one. Yeah, Notre Dame's got some games coming up. They got a chance to make a statement. If they win these games, of course, this team is a playoff contender. If they lose them, no. And we're going to find out a lot about Notre Dame in these upcoming weeks. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know who I missed out on, a team that I'm sleeping on, that you say, Cooper, hey, this team is a legit contender. They need to be either on the bubble or into that college football playoff. Let me know how I had my seedings in these teams on the bubble as well as who you think won the national championship. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Follow me on Twitter at Cooper_sports. This is Cooper, signing out.